What's going on, Attacker Squad? It's your boy Roman, aka Mr. Enemy 343, back at it once again with another scripted video. And today, I want to talk to you about this Batman aiding the members of Antifa. Look, this is why I dropped out of Marvel and DC Comics. These woke activists and posers sneak into our fandoms and hijack it for their own political purposes. Now, we've actually seen this time and time again, especially with the infamous Pseudoconic in her, "If you don't like my politics, don't buy my book." Yeah, guess what? You're just actually freaking losing money hand over fist because you decided to incorporate political nonsense into your comics. Oh. This is why I really want to help my friends make our own comic book brand so we can show that comics are the future. In fact, I wasn't the one that actually came up with this idea. It was actually my good friend, the Bleeding Shadow. And I want to actually make that a reality. To show that these feminists that have taken over comics are only interested in pushing narratives and agendas, including gender identity. Heck, they even went ahead and actually added burn loot murder to mainstream comics. And I'm not actually emphasizing on the term BLM because that's what they do. In fact, it turns out that BLM actually abused the money that they were given to actually buy freaking huge freaking expensive mansions. And yet, these people aren't actually being investigated by the IRS. I mean, come on. Where does the money go for that kind of crap? Now they're actually having Batman join Antifa? A radical domestic terrorist group, mind you. Look, Antifa and BLM, domestic terrorists. Okay, I know that I don't really talk about politics. Unfortunately, this is kind of an eggshell type. I had to step on it. I'm actually taking the freaking flack and the damage because I just radically stepped on a landmine here. This is why anime and manga is actually so much popular these days. Because it's agendas or gender identity. They focus on story. They focus on relatable characters. And they throw in a little fan service to spice the story. Yeah, you know, you got all these people out there that are actually saying, fans actually consider misogynistic. We need to get rid of it. Or, I like anime, but it actually demeans women. Or all that crap. Those people should not be listened to. Heck, I didn't become a YouTuber because I don't actually push those kinds of narratives. I'm not like Giguk, I'm not like Joey, I'm not like Connor. I'm my own person. I have my own opinions, I have my own thoughts. I actually express myself as I see please. The only issue I have with these posers is how they love to pretend to like something, then get into said fandom, then bring their friends into it, and force actual fans, like myself included, out of said fandom. We've actually been seeing it time and time again. And yet, you know, you got these people that are actually trying to sneak into, like, the anime fandom and try to take it over by saying, you know, we actual anime fans are misogynistic, we actually demean women and stuff like that. We're actually nothing but kitty diddlers. Not even true. Those are just dog whistles, try to get the normies onto their side, try to force us out. Not gonna happen. Those people are not actual anime fans. And this is why I seriously endorse gatekeeping. We need to boot these people out as soon as possible. Because we need to bring back our fandoms and create stronger ones to show that we support something. We're not the issue. They are. I mean, there's some good Batman mangas, like Batman of the Justice League, Batman the Mask of Death. Those are the only two I got for right now that are, you know, Batman. Oh, man. But the artwork of it is just absolutely wonderful. I totally would recommend checking it out if you haven't yet. They solely focus on storytelling and character building over gender identity politics and LGBT plus representation because nobody asked for it. In fact, the actual LGBT people saying, we don't want this, we don't want anything to do with it, you do not speak for us. And all I'm going to say is, I am glad that I dropped from comics because, no offense, why should I give money to people who only hate me for who I am? In fact, these comic pros, they'll either block you, they'll actually just say you're an incel, they'll actually just say a bunch of like nasty words that have actually lost all meaning because they just want to force their opinions onto other people. And this is why I jumped from comics to anime and manga along with indie comics as well. And I'm never looking back. Heck, I hope that Explosion Comics comes to life and we can show these comic pros how comics are properly done. In fact, I've already got like 3 comics in the works. But I just actually need to get some artists to actually help me out with like, some of the character designs. One for like mecha designs. Like my 3rd project I'm working on, since one of my comics is going to be like a post-apocalyptic D&D, like Mad Max. Like when I mean post-apocalyptic, I mean like.
Will you want to bring that box food in, please?
When I'm done.
Huh?
When I'm done.
Okay.
Sorry about that. I just actually got a little sidetracked there. Anyway, like I said. When I actually say post-apocalyptic, I mean, like, we're talking Mad Max / Fist of the North Star. That kind of, like, post-apocalyptic, where it's, like, all just barren wasteland and just desert. But maybe some D&D characters and stuff like that, or, like, Bastard or Record of Lotus War. A little bit of fantasy. And it turns out that they've actually are trying to fight against a really dark kind of creature. And I'm still trying to get the pieces to that all set up so I can actually get that around. But comic book creating is not easy. You gotta actually freaking stick with it. Because in the long run, we try to create something, you need to actually figure out how things are going to work. And you got to actually put the pieces together so you can figure out what your characters are going to do, what they're fighting against, and how things are actually, going to work. But that's all I got for you guys. If you guys enjoyed this kind of content, smash the like button, subscribe if you're new. If you want to see more, if you want to see more, make sure you actually have your notifications set to all, so that way you guys don't miss a video. Also, if you guys want to support me financially, the links to my Patreon will be linked down in the description below. And as always, guys, just remember these 4 things. Respect the whiteness of fan service, enjoy your fandoms, embrace your degeneracy, enemy is freedom. And until the next one, this is Mr. Anime 343 saying, God, anime, mecha, big titty waifu, fucking speed.